Hi guys! Today we're making this cute miniature breakfast inspired by IHOP. First thing I did was to customize some plates and a cup to fit the theme. I just got these off eBay. You can find similar ones by searching for miniature plates. I kept it quite simple and just used some acrylic paint and a thin paintbrush to paint a line around the plates. For the cup, I just painted on a simple version of the logo. Now on to the breakfast itself. The coffee is by far the easiest, so let's start there. Take a piece of scrap clay and push it into the bottom of the cup. Flatten out the top so it's not too lumpy. Then take some liquid clay, I'm using Fimo, and mix it with some dark brown pastel. Add this mixture on top of the scrap clay to make it look like the cup is filled with coffee. On to the pancakes. Get out your Polymer Clay and mix the lightest dough color. Then find a round cookie cutter in the size you want your pancakes. Roll out your clay and cut out the pancakes. Round off the edges with your finger. Now get out your basic tools for sculpting and adding texture. I'm using dotting tools, a needle tool, a toothbrush and my knife. Use the dotting tool to make lines around the edges of the pancake. Use a smaller dotting tool to poke small holes at the top edge. Now to add color, you'll need a few shades of chalk pastel and a small brush. Start by brushing on the lightest shade and gradually work your way up to the dark ones. Once you're happy with the color, go in with the toothbrush to add texture on top of the pancakes. Add more tiny holes around the edge with the needle tool. Now stack your pancakes on the plate using a little liquid clay to stick them on. The pancakes on their menu seem to have a little scoop of ice cream on top, so I found that with some light clay and some simple sculpting tools. To make the syrup, mix more liquid clay with some brown chalk pastel. Now add the syrup and ice cream on top. On to the rest of the breakfast. To make the eggs, roll out some white clay, cut a warpy circle and flatten it out with your finger. The eggs on the menu look really smooth, so I'm just using a dotting tool to add a little bit of dimension and then poking 2 dents to where the yolks are gonna go. For the yolks, roll balls of yellow clay and flatten it on your surface. Then add the yolks to the whites and push them in place. To make some toast, roll out some dough colored clay and cut 2 triangles. Use a toothbrush on the edges to make the crust. Use a dotting tool to define the crust before using a needle tool to make the fluffy texture on the inside. Once you've done the texture, Pre-bake them for 5 minutes to harden. This is just so they don't lose the texture we spent so much time making once we start brushing on the pastels. I dip my brush in a little water before using the pastels for this, because it gives better payoff. To make the sausages, roll some brown clay into a snake, cut it off and round off the ends. Then use a ball of tin foil to add some wrinkly texture. Brush on some brown chalk pastel to make them look cooked. Lastly, for the bacon, mix 3 shades of clay like this and add a bit of translucent clay to each. The middle shade has about double as much translucent as the others. Roll small snakes of each color, push them together, then stretch them like a cane. Once you have a long strip of bacon, use a dotting tool to add a bit of texture and then arrange it all crinkled up. Now that you have all your pieces, arrange them on a miniature plate with some liquid clay to stick them there. When you're happy with the look, bake all the pieces completely according to package instructions. After cooling, add some varnish to finish it off. I use this matte varnish on anything I don't want to be glossy, but I still want to kinda lock it in. For the glossy parts, I use this one by Fimo. Let the glaze dry and then you're done. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave me a like if you did and subscribe if you want to see more. Bye!